Yo, what is going on everybody? It's your boy, OneActual, and welcome to the visual guide for the Holminster Switch, the very first dungeon in Final Fantasy XIV's expansion, Shadowbringers. I'm here to give you a clear, quick, and concise guide on how to complete it. Please note that I highly encourage you to run this blind if it is your first try. Without further ado, let's hurry up and get you into those duty finders. Ads are pretty straightforward with no crazy mechanics. Tanks, feel free to big pull here, even if you're level 71. The first boss is the Forgiven Dissonant, and she's pretty straightforward. First thing she'll usually cast is the Path of Light, which is a room-wide AoE for healers to heal through. Pillory is a tank buster. Tanks, pop those cooldowns as necessary. The main mechanic that looks a lot worse than it is Brazen Bull and Giblet Cage. Brazen Bull spawns these orbs around the room that have long AoEs. She will follow this up with Giblet Cage, which will spawn an AoE directly underneath her. She will then spawn Thumbscrew, a frontal attack indicated by a light blue color in the safe spot. Sometimes you can avoid them both in a small area, sometimes you can't. Be watching for Brazen Bull to finally proc. Afterward, she will quickly move to an area and cast Wooden Horse, a frontal cone AoE which will be combined with the orbs from Brazen Bull. I personally stand close to her to avoid this, but there are many safe spots. Pick your poison. Please take note that if you happen to find yourself pretty deep into these AoEs, they have a pretty decent cast time. Simply sprint out or even run out. You have time. Alright, part 2. More Forgiven ads enter the fight. Nothing crazy here, just avoid the AoEs or risk being slowed. The second boss is Testlean the Forgiven, another very straightforward boss fight. The Tickler is a tank buster, so tanks and healers, be ready. Scold's Bridle is a room-wide AoE for healers to heal through. Fevered Flagellation is an attack that targets each party member in a certain order, depending on how many dots are above your head, numbered 1 through 4. Each member will get cleaved here, so healers, be on your toes. This fight is literally about you. Exercise, besides being something I need very much of, is a move that targets players for a classic Team Soak mechanic while also spawning 4 circle AoEs around the room that leave nasty bleed puddles. Once the party is hit, it will also place a puddle on that location. Simply move to a safe spot, and as soon as your party is attacked, and you're golden. The fight is as good as done. Welcome to part 3 and our finale. Just more Forgiven ads to fight. There's no way to big pull here, just defeat the groups of 4 as they spawn up. Our final boss is 100% a tribute to Kingdom Hearts. Can you see it? If a Nobody and Venom from Spider-Man decided to produce children on steroids and bang energy drinks, this is how I would imagine it would look. Beat Philia the Light Warden, and this is a fun one. Scavenger's Daughter is a room-wide AoE. Treat it as such. Healers be ready. Head Crusher is a tank buster. Make sure you have those cooldowns ready. Pendulum will target the tank with a familiar mark and target the middle of the room. He will leap toward the tank, causing room-wide damage, and quickly leap back to the middle, causing more. Healers and DPS, it will be wise of you to avoid both of these locations and just move to the edges of the map. Chain Down and Ether Sup is a move that will target a specific player and immobilize them as they cast a frontal cleave. Move into the AoE and break your friend from his chains. Then move out. It's pretty long cast time, so I expect it to be a one-shot kill. But I don't know, I've never screwed this up. Right and Left Knot are moves similar to the final boss of Dunescape. Depending on which hand he raises, will dictate which side of the map he intends to cleave. Quickly move to the other side. It's a pretty fast cast time, so be ready. After he throws one, he will throw the other, so be ready to move right on back. Taphophobia is a move that will target each player with an AoE of their own. Simply don't stack on your teammates and absorb. Into the Light is a Team Soak mechanic. Stack up on the targeted player, and you're golden. About halfway through the fight, things get interesting with a move called Fierce Beating. Fierce Beating will spawn a directional indicator around the boss as well as starting point indicators in front of him. You will quickly need to identify which direction this indicator will go around the boss, while also avoiding standing directly in front of him to avoid his earth-shattering attacks as he spins around. He has a rather gigantic cone AoE behind him, warning of his tail, so keep to his sides and move with him to avoid them both. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all she wrote. Congratulations on your completion of the Holminster Switch. If this guide helped you out at all, please don't forget to smash that like button, turn on those notifications, and subscribe for more guides and content as we continue through Shadowbringers. I'll be producing more and more stuff daily right here on this channel, so sit tight, and I will see you in the next one. Later, family. I'm out.